Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Main Street Prowlers, guys.
Hello.
Sorry we're a little bit late running into this, but we kind of had to sit up a little bit more than we usually do. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Once we got somebody new.
Yeah, we do. We do have someone new that we were not going to talk about until later in the show.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you, Distractor. But anyways, we do have an interesting weekend to talk about. As you saw, chaos in the arena. Partly because I want to say we got a little bit peeved off at Danbury tonight, these past couple days.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only did Gino Mini switch from Elmira to Danbury. Thank you, Billy. I'm glad that you were on. But if anybody remembers Gino Mini, we kind of had a run-in with his family last year.
Yeah. That was a pretty sight.
With that, though, I'm glad that we actually kind of got to piss him off a little bit.
Hey, Chris. Gino Mini was originally on Danbury. He was loaned to Elmira last year.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it's he was loaned. Thank you, director.
Yeah, get your facts straight, boy.
I don't want to. Anyways, but no, he's I was corrected. He was originally with Danbury, but since Danbury couldn't play, they loaned him to Elmira, which is still a sad situation within a South Elmira not being able to play this year.
Yeah.
But what can you do, right? So, going into the arena Friday night, what was your feelings? What were your hopes, based off of, especially how close we were to beating them on the opening weekend? Did you expect kind of what we saw on Friday night?
Yeah.
I expected close games.
Yeah.
Our guys came out, playing hot first period. Second period, okay, whatever. And then third period, back to the way they were playing in the first period. And we need to get consistent and play 60 minutes of hockey instead of, letting up. It just... They played a great game, but it just did not... Second period did not seem like they played with the urgency they did in the first and third.
Yeah.
And you expect that kind of coming in when Danbury got into Port Huron. You expect that from Danbury being on the bus all night and all day.
Oh, yeah.
To have Port Huron playing with a sluggish kind of feel to it, and Matt Graham called them out on that in the second night. If you guys remember that.
I remember that. Definitely.
And that's what he's going to be pushing them into the practice, is he's going to make sure that they are all, no matter what day it is, making sure that they give it 100% no matter how they feel. So what are your thoughts on what do they need to work on to get to that 100%?
I don't... Just the consistency. Keep playing like they play as a team instead of trying to go up ice on their own, unless it is a breakaway. The breakaways are great, but when you don't have an open lane, pass that puck.
Yeah, I agree with Dayton on that.
And this is one of the very few times that Corey Simmons has been pulled in the last couple of seasons. So it's going into that. What are your thoughts on him? Because he's not normally pulled. What would you tell him to basically take out of that situation?
My question is, my opinion, I thought maybe he was injured from the week before, because he did go down pretty hard.
Wasn't it Saturday he went down pretty good?
Yeah, Saturday night he went down, and
I think that's Friday night.
I hope it's not that he was injured. He just needed a rest, or they just might have had his number. But he just didn't seem to have the speed he did Friday night
No.
and the beginning of Saturday night. once he went down, it just seemed like he was
He was
somewhat
getting-
injured and sore.
He was getting tired. I could tell.
And it's sad too because, especially when you have a number one goalie coming into this league where you're pretty much determined that he's going to go because he started 3 straight games. To have that kind of consistency from a goalie in this league is unheard of because you're generally switching out every night.
Yeah.
So to go with a for sure number one, you have to give and take a little bit. But so with that too, though, you have to make sure that you're protecting yourself if you're the starting goalie day in and day out.
Yes. Yes.
Yep, right.
And that's one thing Corey loves to play.
Yes.
He loves to play. So he's not going to just pipe up when he's feeling
Right,
hurt or
right.
anything. Which I don't blame him because with a lot of people, a lot of goalies, they feel like they're letting down the team if they say, okay, I'm hurt. But as an assistant coach or head coach, you need to realize, okay, you have a goalie like Corey, that's great, that won't pipe up when he's hurt.
Well, we've had other goalies that do the same thing, and they, like we said, we had Sterling, was it, director?
Yep.
Broken back.
No, Adam Russo.
Adam Russo broke with a broken back, and until he realized he was that badly injured, and then he quit for a while. But look how many players will do that besides a goalie. We even can talk about NHL. Eisner played with a broken ankle, to finish that playoff game. They love the game. They give it all. It's.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys can see, I kind of had a little binging when I last had the TV on, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no, finally have the Portland Prowlers logo up there, so I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, with that though, it's not just confined, like you said, to the goalie. It's confined to most players.
Yeah.
But my concern though is with the goalie, he's out there for 60 full minutes.
Yeah.
At least with the players, you can analyze them when they come back to the
Yeah.
bench. So, as with the goalie, you're maybe seeing them 2, 3, 4 times a game
Right.
for a max of like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they don't come back for every media timeout.
No.
No.
Which is good because they don't want to take up the time.
No. If you notice, most time, even for a timeout, goalies don't always go back over because it's not always pertaining to them. It's pertaining to your defense or whatever, setting up that play. So he just goes back and forth and keeps his legs, ready. Moves around.
Exactly. And we got a distractor over here. I'm already too tired for the show. But yeah, with that though, you need to realize the signs because there's sometimes like Corey gives off, like we saw on Friday night, he got up a little bit too slow.
Yeah.
Especially when he went down when his helmet went off.
Yeah.
He was.
He's furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Believe I
He doesn't make it too obvious, but you need to realize his signs.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like we can't have a goalie like Corey going down.
We don't want to lose him.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. He's a great goalie. That's why. How many games have we chanted his name? He's a great goalie. He makes some great saves.
But with that being said, though,
We don't want him hurt either.
Yeah.
We don't want him getting worse because he's playing hurt.
Mm-hmm. And well, also with that being said, our rookie goalie really stepped up on Saturday night.
Yes.
Also, going into the third period of Friday night's game,
Yeah.
he knew what he had to do. He came into a situation where it's not exactly where he knew he would have a backup goalie because, like you said, Corey needed that.
Rest.
He needed that rest.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting situation. As
Harvey stepped up pretty good.
yes, Harvey, thank you. So yeah,
Boy and Harvey.
But yeah, he's a great goalie starting off. So let's hope that he can keep this consistency, be able to rely on him a lot more than what we used to in the past, coming in with new goalies as well. Yes, we had Kurt Gutting, who was amazing last year, but still, that wasn't the normal coming in with rookie goalies with us. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing, is that we need to get out of that stigma that not everyone is gonna screw us over. But hey, what do I know? I just used to be a goalie myself.
I don't know anything.
And that's why you're just our comedy of the group.
Yep.
See, I'm not liked by the goalies, especially during the Silver Six, because I'm the one that's working the light to say if it's a goal or no goal.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, ooh, flash your light. Mm-hmm. Let's just trigger it.
Oh, I'll tell you what. When you're first learning, you actually do hit that switch by accident. You know, when you're learning, you know that's why the younger levels is the best place to start learning that stuff, because they don't frown on your mistakes as bad as if you were in these type of leagues. And if you hit that light, you know, accidents happen. You know, they definitely want to go to a lot lower level to learn.
But I want to go to the professionals and just ding.
That wasn't even your zone, dude. But yeah, that's we did see a lot of improvement from the opening weekend against Danbury.
Yeah. With a lot of hard hitting.
Yeah.
The third period.
And Dustin Henning stood up for himself this weekend too.
Yeah, Saturday's second period. I actually got a video of that.
And I know there was a lot of confusion from Danbury's fan page about why Aaron Atwell went off. And I explained it a little bit. It's Aaron Atwell got the game misconduct. He did not hurt himself. And it was from the
When not being strapped right and it came off?
That was part of it, but it was also called, God, what was it? He also was inciting as well. Right. So he was basically being abusive to Dustin Henning.
Okay.
Insane?
So, inciting.
Oh, I thought you said sage.
So he was taunting the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unusual for Aaron Atwell. He's usually, even on the ice, he's usually the most sane, the most nice guy ever.
Yeah, he is.
Right. Well, things happen.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's something might be brewing between him and Dustin Henning. So.
I don't even know if it's that. You think about it, what we've been going through. Again, we talk about the referees. You know, they were letting a lot of stuff go again that night that should have been called. And players get frustrated when things don't get called eventually, and they take matters into their own hand. And that's what's going to happen, unfortunately. You know, if they don't start getting control of the games, you know, you're going to have the players. They're going to eventually say, the heck of it, you're not going to call things. I'm going to, you know, like skate up against somebody and just punch them. You know, we don't want. Yeah, we do love an occasional good fight, but we don't want it to because of, you know, the refs not doing their job.
On the show, Taylor Jabee, welcome in from Birmingham Black Bears. How you doing, Taylor?
Yeah, and welcome in. Yeah, we definitely love our fans out there, and as well as the players. So, yeah, and that's what I was saying.
Hello, Skiba.
Skiba.
And hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Oh yeah, we got. We need to actually have him on one of these days because he is our biggest fan.
He is our biggest fan out there. We need to have him on our show. We just have to find a way to get that set up to, you know, get him here and be on our show.
Exactly.
Or you just have him come in here. We can just hit bring on camera.
But we actually want to officially.
Yeah, we want him here on, you know, physically here.
With that though, too, I'm going to use these last few minutes. You will be seeing a lot of different changes coming to the show as well. We'll be bringing on. We're going to basically use a lot more use from Rob over here.
Hello, everyone.
I'm going to put him in through. I haven't told the guys yet, but I'm going to be putting him through a little bit more of a skit process to explain the penalties as well.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We have hockey sticks that we can use that we can bring on the show as well. So it's yeah. Thank you for that, Rob.
We got a goalie stick. We got 3 actual wooden sticks. Oh, okay, I didn't say that right.
But yeah, if anybody remembers Cooper though,
Oh yeah.
Bring it on camera, D. But yeah, Cooper, if anyone remembers that from especially the original Port Huron Flags days. God damn it. I'm trying to, excuse my language, but we also have
That's one.
a Jofa, an old Jofa. Oh, if anyone remembers the old Washington Capitals days, they'll remember the Jofas.
Jofa makes me think of your mama.
And how do you get the stand up?
But yeah, we'll be using these as props as well as other stuff that
You got a Northland Trust. Oh, I gotta come over here. Okay, there I go again. There you go.
But yeah, we also have two North lines, which I believe are out of business as well. But yeah, you remember these blades where they're
A lot thicker.
yeah, a lot thicker, a lot more straight in the blades. We're glad that we knew someone that.
Had something.
Yeah.
Go to it.
So Alex Flondeski, thank you for giving that. I know you're probably not watching, but thank you for donating to the shows. And with that though being said, we will be putting us through a lot more different skits as well to hopefully boost the enjoyment on this show. And I think Rob will like that a little bit too much, slashing people and explaining cross-checkings.
Does the blind ref get to come out and beat him with a cane?
Yes.
Hit me. That was me. That comment.
But yeah, we will be revamping everything to make it more enjoyable for you guys as well.
That went down the wrong throat.
Anyways. So comment in the comment section if you want to see anything more specifically to what you want to see on the show or in a different show as well. Because like I said, we'll be doing a lot more different shows. We were doing Main Street Prowlers 6 to 7:30 on Mondays. Around the Miners 6 to 7:30 on Tuesdays. And we'll also be adding more shows as well down the road. Surviving the Paranormal coming out in spring of 2022.
Yeah, but I won't be on that one.
Yep.
Why not?
Well, actually, if it's only during the spring, I should be able to do it because as long as it doesn't overlap with the Prowler stuff, because
Right.
I'm already
Will it be
given.
on a Saturday night?
You got to think with everything with the games that are going on and with the shows, I'm giving up 4.5 days of
Exactly.
and I have a house to help run.
Yeah, that's the same way it'll be. It's streaming.
You know, so
But yeah, it's we'll also be doing like a baseball podcast as well end of the summer. More specifically, a deal might be struck with the USPBL. So that's
Port Huron team.
no the USPBL in Utica. The United States, the United Shore, sorry, professional
There's a
baseball.
question.
if Port Huron got a team, it'd be softball. It wouldn't be hardball because we don't have a field that can handle that.
Right.
At the moment that I know of.
Thank you, Kelly, so much for that.
That'll be me, Kelly.
Chris better not be a part of any goalie demonstration. That knee of his is still not working right. Well, you're not wrong.
Kick
But,
it.
but yeah, anyways, we'll have those shows. We'll be starting up a Pokemon show as well in the next year.
Okay. I don't know much about. I barely know anything about.
But that'll be following the
I'll
Masters
be on that
Pokemon
one.
League though as well. So
Okay.
that's. But with that, any more suggestions? We're open to it. We're expanding everything. We also have a new behind the scenes person if he wants to come on. No, he can't come on camera.
He's
We have him
tiny.
stuck right now.
If you want to do the main camera, you can't.
We can turn the laptop. No, we can't because of the HDMI wire.
Right.
So.
But and we'll possibly get him over here during the break, and we'll go from there.
You
But-
might know him from the games.
But with that said, to check out all old episodes, go to MainStreetBlueWater.com. That also has our merchandise as well for both Blue Water Paranormal and all the Main Street Prowlers shows. And also, starting tomorrow, leading up to Comic Con, we will be giving a 10% discount on all our merchandise. So look out for that code tomorrow to see. That'll be posted on our Facebook. So use that code to purchase anything that you want in the store that we have up right now. And with that, we will see you guys right after this commercial break.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personable issue. We're gonna give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories, and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Houndwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
And we're back.
Are we?
Mentally,
think
no, but anyways, guys. So we had a little bit of an interesting break here, guys.
They're in a commercial break.
Guys, we have Big Daddy over here now.
While I was watching the Great Lakes gaming commercial, he was flipping the frisbee.
You said Big Daddy to that? Just go to camera E for that one.
Okay, camera E. Camera E.
I'm just. Oh, God. God dang it. Oh, my God. That's like. Oh, I can't believe that's actually recorded now. Oh. So I'm sorry, Gage. I'm sorry, James. For all that. I'm just like. I didn't want Facebook either. I want the Federal Hockey League. But anyways, so going into these games though, let's before I get these pulled up though, any more comments before we have this pulled up? Oh God, we're losing Danon again. We're losing Danon.
Are we?
I do want to play something in the meantime though, so go to camera E again.
The video I sent. There it is. This is for Saturday. Oh.
But that was an interesting fight, though. That's because you don't see Dustin Henning really sparring really too much. So he's generally a quiet guy. To get him kind of
Work up.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that fight right there?
He was sticking up for the team. That
Yeah.
part. Big time.
And that's what the captain should be doing, though, right? Mm-hmm. And I do have to ask, what did you see of that fight, blind ref?
Again, as I always tell you, I don't see nothing.
I mean, that's true. That's so I do want you to explain what made you actually give a penalty shot to Danbury on Friday night.
I didn't do that.
Then who provoked it?
That was the other guy.
The other guy? Okay, let's blame him then, yeah. But yeah, that's a kind of interesting night though. Penalty shots, that's because I believe. No, that was the other weekend. I was gonna say Austin Federally also had a penalty shot in that game, but that was last weekend. Anyways, for Friday night, we actually had a score of 6-5, and you wouldn't believe that score going into the most of the game as well, because we were playing sluggish, especially in that second period.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, if you look at shot counts, the shot clock counts for the first period, they're playing pretty good, and then not very many shots in the second period, and third period, right back up to where
It need to be.
a good amount of shots in
So in the first period, Danbury outshot us 11-6, and then in the second it was 14-7, and the third period we picked it up and we beat them 11-7 in the shots, for a grand total of 32-24 for Danbury.
So that night we just didn't have many shots either way.
Right.
No, I was thinking the Saturday
Yeah.
game, and the shots were, we were killing them in shots in the first period on the next game.
Right. But with the third star, it was still it's well deserved. Dalton J. Came out slow, but he came out ended up with a 3 assist game, so he got the third star for that. Congrats for him on that. And Matt Graham scoring 1 goal, earning him the second star of the game. And I'm not going to argue this one because Tobias Object of Danbury deserve the first star.
And I don't argue that either. I have no problem with that. The winning team should have a star. even if it's not the first star, they should have a star in the game.
Yep.
I wish
Who's
more
the
teams
first
in this
star?
league would follow that rule, because we know some teams, their team gets all 3 stars no matter what, win or lose, and
Yep.
I wonder if
that's
we
not
did.
that's not right. I don't think.
Exactly. With that being said, though, Tobias ended up with 1 goal and 2 assists, so he got a big point tonight, so it's well deserved. And to start off, though, just the scoring in the first 11:01, Tobias got an assist from Aaron Abel to put Danbury up 1-0, and that was kind of an interesting one, though, too. This penalty shot. So this was that night. So Austin Federley did score on a penalty shot that night, 14:54 into the first, which is rightfully so. It could have gone either way, but calling that a penalty shot, it should have been, because he was on the verge of actually shooting and would have had that goal, because he was brought down to the ice, which I thought was more of like a tackle rather than a tripping, but it was called a tripping.
And I finally found the blame on why I don't see nothing. I gotta have surgery on both eyes within the next couple of months.
So hopefully we won't have another blind ref
Yeah.
coming up, but
Maybe I'll be able to see better.
hopefully, but
No, out of all seriously, I do go on the 3rd, or on Monday to have one eye done, and then on the 13th to have the other eye done. So
hopefully that goes over well for you, though.
yeah.
But going into the second period of 5:26, Zachary Fereshu, assisted by a returner, Jared Pfeiffer. And if anybody remembers, he was with us a couple years ago. Jared Pfeiffer was, and then he got traded towards the end of the year to Battle Creek.
Yeah.
So he did really well over there for them, and
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love his comment on Facebook that he's going back to his team. To play.
which is awesome.
Yes.
I'm coming back home, Daddy.
Oh my God! There goes that daddy thing again.
It's sad that I can't mute just one person. Just mute him all the time. But yeah, in response, just under a minute later, at 6:22 into the second, Danbury scores off of a goal from Corey Anderson, assisted by Nicholas Levinsky and Dmitry Daniluk. And this is where stuff started to go downhill for us.
Austin did.
What about Austin Fredler? What?
No, Austin Doe. He's on.
Hi, Austin. We'll get to your stuff later. Come back, Austin, tomorrow, and we're going to chat about the whole Carolina versus Columbus issue tomorrow, Austin. 10:38 into the second, Gordy Bunnell scored for Danbury to put them up 3-2. 17:06 into the second, Jenny Ruiz scored to put them up 4-2. 18:24 into the second, Corey Anderson scores again to put them up 5-2. And into the third, though, 5:33 into the third, Nicholas Levinsky put them up for a final, their final goal, 6-2. And thank God, that was their last goal of the night. 7:15, Matt Graham got us back into the game, assisted by Quentin Roseboom, assisted by Dalton J, 6-3 at that point. And 13:45, Cade Lambden, assisted by Dalton J and Dustin Henning, to basically come in within 2, 6-4. And this is where stuff really got interesting, because there was a very close chance to actually tie up the game. Because there was like 31.8 seconds when we scored this goal. And on the power play from Isaiah Crawford, assisted by Austin Federley and Dalton J, 6-5. And that's when we started really ramping up. We pushed really hard to get all this help them push through, and that's when you could really feel the intensity from the crowd at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And when you get that kind of last second drama, when you are able to get your crowd,
The atmosphere.
yes, you're really doing something as a team when you can get your crowd into it like that. They believe you that you can do that last minute push. You don't want to do it, but at least they believe in you that much that you can possibly win that game, being down by 4 goals for most of the game.
Well, that's your true fans. The true fans. They stay till the end. I understand if you gotta leave, you gotta leave. But when you get comments sometimes that they ain't gonna win, I'm going home. To me, that's not being a fan. You're supposed to support your team, win or lose.
I know who you're referring to it.
We don't use names.
Yeah, I know.
But
no names.
But yeah, and he's good. He's a very good person too. I'm just saying I don't like those myself. Like those type of comments make it feel like you only support the team if they're winning.
Right.
And that's not a fan. That's.
But luckily though,
Look at all the penalties that we're gonna be calling here next.
What penalties?
Exactly.
The
See nothing.
luckily though is that most of our fans do stay to the very end,
Yes.
and we got lucky with that one. And this was, like I said, this was an interesting game itself. Stuff started to boil over from this game into the next, because it all started when
Into the second period.
Kayan Farescu tripped Austin Fairley, gave him the penalty shot to actually get us on the board for the first, give us the first score of the night. So it's
I think I got an Austin Fairley video too.
You believe so?
I think I do. Alright, keep going.
I thought he stole your video for his page.
What's that?
I thought Austin used your video for his page because you can see our netting.
Oh yeah, he did.
You can see the netting from our area, is what I'm saying, from when he was
right
taking a
here.
shot.
So that was a beautiful shot
Oh,
too.
my bad. No, this is on the opposite side of us. That's on the west side.
Well, yeah, send it to the group chat so I can
This
play
is a
it.
credit by Austin Federley, whoever uploaded that for him. I can't. You gotta go to his page. Oh, hold on. I can. There you go. I'm a good boy. I believe that's his one brother.
Well, like I said, that was a beautiful goal right there. But take advantage of a penalty shot right there.
Yeah.
This is when things started getting interesting, though. 17:37 in the first, which is the last of the first period. Zachary Farescu got a 2-minute minor for tripping, and then this is 1:43 into the second, high sticking against Nicola Lavecchio of Danbury, interference by Gino Mini, 2:32. Danbury, and then delay of game by Johnny Ruiz, 4:09, and also delay of game by Kata Lambden, 4:09. So it's kind of getting rough out there at this point, and Quentin Robertson elbowing at 8:50. Kodiak White Duck for interference at 11:10. 14:49 Gino Mini for holding. 14:49 also Matt Graham for unsportsmanlike. And 18:32 we got a fight from the non-fighter Austin Federley. And he fought Grody Brownell at 18:32. 19:03 Johnny Ruiz threw a stick up in the face, high sticking. And if I believe so, the guy actually started bleeding at that point.
Yes.
But it was only called a 2-minute minor. And then at the end of the period, this is where Dustin Henning went off at the 20-minute mark of the second period. Tobias Odejek basically fought Dustin Henning, even though they got roughing penalties. This is where basically the whole team fought each other, and we're surprised they only got two roughing penalties out of it. And in the third, he wouldn't really thought it was as bad as it was in the second, but Cade Lambden got boarding, and then Matt Graham fought at Tal Feedmans at 13:30, and then Corey Anderson got a 2-minute minor for high sticking. And then 9:28 showed up for that game, which I thought was a little bit on the low side, but I don't know what you guys thought about that one.
That's about right.
Yeah.
This is right, definitely. What was that one? That's the Friday 6-5.
Yeah, 6 to 5.
That's the 950 attendance in that game too, I think.
That's what he just said. That's what we're talking about.
Oh,
We were just saying that how he thought that looked a little bit low.
Mm-hmm.
was it Friday or was it Saturday that we were discussing it being a little low? It was like more than.
Yeah, but my thing is if you actually, it's a little bit harder to judge now with the black seats.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
because before with the wood seats, you could tell how many people were in a seat. And now with the new lighting and then the darker seats, it's kind of hard to
tell how
really
many is here now.
because if we know, you could tell the seats that were folded before. It's a lot harder now. And
Oh, it was the Saturday one we were discussing because you and Michael Hurd was like, wow, I thought it was going to be more than that. It was 1,300 and they only said 950.
Right.
Correction, 851.
And it's but with that though too, it's I'm glad people are coming out, especially when people are being instilled with fear of if you go out, you're gonna get hurt all the time.
you're gonna get sick.
Yeah. But this is what this team needs. They need people to actually come out because they can't survive on 250 a night like they did last year.
No.
So that's I commend them for doing it, even though they probably took a huge loss at it.
Mainly almost everybody.
Well, the whole point of last season wasn't to make a profit.
Right.
The whole point of last season was, to bring hockey
back.
and
Exactly.
give people something to do.
When everything
That
was
was
shut
the
down.
point of, hockey season last year. Was,
Exactly.
because we had 12 games.
Yeah.
It was great hockey. It was a great season. But it wasn't to, make no profit because all the teams lost money on it, especially Carolina, since they were on the road the whole time. They didn't have any home games because of their state rules. They couldn't.
Right.
Didn't they have arena towards the end?
No.
No, they didn't.
no,
They
they
play any goal. Any game.
All their games were
Oh, it
on
was
the road.
Carolina. I'm thinking of Columbus. Okay,
Yeah, Carolina had all their games on the road.
They were
So
more
you-
strict last year.
They paid out.
And they technically weren't even supposed to be practicing and going out of state. They were supposed to either choose one or the other.
They were
So
supposed to
that,
choose Port Huron. When we were on the road, they would be playing at the McMorran. But they just decided to stay on the road.
but do you blame them though? Because not many people up here like Carolina.
We would have won the games.
And we would have,
I
yes,
would've.
but
We would have helped on, I know I would have, found a way to get to the games and, help them out.
And
Especially getting tickets and all that else different too. You gotta call in
talk about different tickets. I'll bring this back up when we come back though. That this year's tickets is even more interesting though too. But with that being said though, remember to go to MainStreetBlueWater.com for all our merch, all our previous episodes as well. And also, if you want to check out the paranormal side as well of our company, go ahead and sign up for an investigation as well. We will be right back after this commercial break, though.
What's that?
Hey guys. Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, league wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. Hey. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're going to give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Houndwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
And we're back again. Maybe not mentally, but we are physically.
I am.
No, you're
I'm
not.
here this time.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You're not, though. I don't see you.
well, do you ever? Let's be honest. Do you ever see anybody?
No.
At least we're being honest on that one. But yeah, for this though too, we are going to the second game of the weekend, which is
I thought we were on the third one.
9th,
Okay.
4th, 7th.
We are on the 10. Here we go.
Actually, maybe the sixth one.
Yeah. So the sixth game of the year.
3 away, 3 home.
Oh God.
No, it was 2 away, 4 home.
Oh,
Oh, we gotta get the calculators.
Anyways, and so Friday night we actually won 4-3, and we didn't have to have the threat of overtime,
Yeah.
even though somebody wanted it.
what? I didn't call for overtime for Saturday.
In the stand, you did.
Oh yeah, I did say in the stands. Until we get the 2 penalties at the end of the game.
Anyways, starting off though, it's this is where things got interesting. 17 shots for Port Huron in the first. Danbury's 11.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That
Yeah.
you know, they came out just
Blasting.
you know.
It was a all-out war with basically no defense at that point.
And that was Pucks and Pup night.
Yes, it was.
Doggy nights.
And
Rough.
oh my god. And this is why I say comedy comes first in this show. Oh my god.
I think I'm boring him out though.
But yeah, he's doing work. He's doing other work. You're boring him. Oh god.
All right, so
As 20-4 though, Danbury outshot us in the second, and 18-7 we got back on the wheel horse and outshot 18-7, and with a final shot total of 39-38.
yeah,
So to have that low scoring with almost 40 shots for both teams, it actually
especially with I myself not being able to see too well, I thought there was a lot of quality shots.
and there's a lot of quality saves at both ends too.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm not gonna. They were both rookies.
they're both doing their job.
Yeah. Third star of the game though was Greg Harvey with our brand new goalie, allowing only 3 goals with a .921 save percentage, and second is Austin Federley with 2 goals and 0 assists, and then Matt Graham in first with 1 goal and 2 assists. And to start off the scoring though, 2:55 into the first, Austin Federley getting the first goal again, assisted by Cade Lambden to put us up on top 1-0. 10:25, and the Austin Federley goal was a shorthanded goal.
Yes,
which
it was. Shorty.
10:25 though on the power play scored by Port Huron, Alex Johnson from Dalton J and Matt Graham, and that was the end of the period though, 2-0. Going into the second, 40 seconds into the second though, Johnny Ruiz scored from Tobias Ojacek to go 2-1, and on the power play 5:44 into the second, Johnny Ruiz got a second goal, assisted by Tobias Ojacek and Blake Waterham to tie up the game at 3 apiece. And then third period, 5:02, even strength. Danbury scored from Tobias Ojacek, assisted by Vinny Suzy. And 14:40 though, a miss of a very, very long 5-on-3. This is where a lot of people started getting angry from Danbury's side, I saw. And I'm sorry, but those were all legit calls. And 14:40 though, power play goals by Austin Federley, assisted by Matt Graham and Greg Harvey. So congrats to the rookie goalie for getting his first assist of his career. And then 16:15 in the third to finish off the scoring. Matt Graham got a power play goal assisted by Alex Johnson and Dalton J. So we did not get a single even strength goal that whole game.
Nope.
And we still won. So you have to give them props. They get stuff done during the special teams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's
Yeah.
where you need to make the difference. Honestly, you gotta, especially if you're on a power play, you gotta make good at the power play. You can't. You gotta quit wasting them.
Exactly. And it's also our specialty too, though, where we're getting a lot of goals on shorthanded opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's
And I've noticed too with our guys, don't let them get a breakaway.
Nope.
And it's not just one guy. Most of our guys, don't let them get a breakaway.
exactly. And it's I mean, we do have a specialist, but anybody at any moment will go.
Yeah.
And that's one thing too, though. It's can't remember his name. Give me 1 second.
Oh, want to switch those cameras?
No,
Okay, never mind. Don't listen to me.
I'm just checking something really quick.
But they can see you checking on the back of the screen.
Right. Yeah, Isaiah Crawford is at number 16. He's been a true game changer. Isaiah Crawford has been like other than the veterans, he's been the heart and soul of the team so far. He's been pushing through into situations where he shouldn't have. Where he literally had no spot, no area to go into, and no space at all. And then he somehow finds himself right there, and a lot of times getting a goal too. So I have to give him props. I have to give him the. If we're starting to do the monthly star of the game, the star of the team, I'm going to give it to him.
Okay.
Who?
Isaiah Crawford.
Oh,
So
yeah.
basically the rookie of the month for me, if we're starting to do that.
Okay.
But going back to this game though, Joe Pace Jr. does what he always do. Gets the team pumped up by a high stick.
Rough.
Well, that wasn't. I don't know. It was definitely a high stick, but I don't know if it was, one of the deliberate. Right?
Yeah.
It was just not lost, no control, lost control of the stick, and you're still guilty of it. I understand
Yeah.
that. But you think about it, if you look at his penalty minutes
They've gone
this
down
weekend, they've
drastically,
gone
yeah.
down.
And,
So,
yeah.
like we say, Joe's definitely a great player. He's a very good player. He just,
Great guy.
He needs to stay out of the box. We need him on the ice. And we also do need him to enforce, like we say. So he's got to protect the team. He's one of the ones that, if somebody's doing something, he's going to definitely take care of the issue to take care of our team. Protect the team.
And that's what he's realized in these last couple of years, is that's exactly where we need him.
Yeah, like I say, we need enforcers. You have to have enforcers. If you don't have enforcers, you're gonna get walked on.
Exactly. And that's the thing, though, is that even though he didn't need it, though, he did pump up the team with his penalty.
Yeah.
And give us the short-handed goal off that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he does do something for the team no matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's but yeah, White Duck, Kodiak White Duck of Danbury though, 4:37 in the first, got a roughing call, and then Joe goes back into the box for a high stick again, and I would call that a roughing, but what can
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As blind refs don't know what we're doing.
I don't think
'Cause
so.
I didn't see a high stick there. That one I definitely didn't. It was definitely a roughing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Right. Going into this 7:04, Isaiah Crawford went in for a boarding, which is another questionable call at that point, and then Alex Johnson gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. Which did anybody besides the blind ref? Did anybody see it unsportsmanlike by Johnson at that point?
No.
So that's kind of interesting. And 8:30.
Just the normal refs being the refs.
Right. 8:30, Nicola Laviu cross-checking at 8:30. 10:21, Tobias Odechek cross-checking. And then end of the second, 1 second into the second is when that fight that I showed earlier, Dustin Henning versus Aaron Atwell. And then Aaron Atwell getting the game misconduct. And 3:43, Chris Atkins, Alston, 2 minutes for holding. Matt Mazzano, 2 minutes for a delay of game. 7:52 delay of game by Alex Johnson. 14:28 slashing by Cade Lambden. And then end of the third, 5:57, too many men by Danbury. And that was served by Kayan Farasu. And this is when everything started going downhill for
Denver.
Dammer, yeah. Because 13-18, Dimitri got a delay of game with Nikola Levescu getting a 4-minute penalty for cross-checking and unsportsmanlike. And then 14:05, not even a minute later, Dimitri Demeco got a cross-checking. So they had a 5-on-3 plus an extra penalty that hadn't even started yet.
Because, and that's what unfortunately we're having a big debate up in the East Uppers on that one. My opinion, I always thought that, when you got that money in the box, that penalty don't start until one of the other ones expire. One of our other fans thought, no, it don't. Well, you can't really start a penalty until because unfortunately you don't have so much room on the clock. So they use this system where, okay, your penalty starts after someone comes out of the box.
And it's, even if you have spaces on the board too, you can't even technically
Start
that one because you have to have a minimum of 3 players on.
Right. So, so how can you run that penalty while current with the other ones? Because it just goes through, like you said, 5-on-3 until all those penalties run through. So technically, we almost ran 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Because of all the penalties at the end.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because it's
And they're all they were all legit penalties. They
Yep. Especially the pushing one.
And I'm surprised though because there was a point where during that 5-on-3 where I thought was questionable. It's like where even the Prowlers should have gotten some penalties.
Yeah.
So there was a good chance where it should have been a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and we say that a lot. It goes both ways. Sometimes it goes in our favor, sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
I have to say with the officiating that night, they were trying to call it pretty even. They were.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But to finish up this penalty summary, Zachary Ferruccio got an interference call at 17:39 of the third, and that's it for that game.
Yeah.
A lot of penalty calls, but unfortunately, that's when you got a good reffing system, or they stop it at the source.
With time and all that.
So 879 was the attendance for that night.
hey, I got it right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you got it dead on.
Whoa.
Weird, isn't it?
Because I called 879, and then the announcer called 843.
But yeah, it was kind of weird that I meant to message you later that night to be like, yeah, you got it right.
Schedule.
This is going into this weekend though. This will be the first time we travel to Binghamton to see the Black Bears, and honestly, they'll be hard to beat, especially coming off straight wins against Watertown, their rivals right now.
Yeah, and
They have lost their one starting score there, that little scruffish Saturday with Watertown.
They did? I only saw Coachman getting, but
no, I think he's injured.
The Black Bears.
They got suspension.
They got suspension?
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
one
one
game
out of
suspension.
three.
Okay.
I posted in the group chat.
I thought somebody got injured too.
Brett Miracle suspended for 2 games for the Black Bears.
And they got a call too.
And Joseph Murdeka, loaned to Cincinnati in the ECHL, which is definitely good for them. Other suspensions from that Watertown Black Bears game. This is going to be one hell of a series to watch if you go watch the. Because Coachman got suspended again for another 3 games. Ryan Devine for 1, and then Nolan Slechtica for 1 game as well. So that's
a heck of a name.
yeah. So that's going to be an interesting series to watch. But either way, we are going to Binghamton to play the Black Bears for the first game Friday night, November 19th at 7 p.m. So, we're going to start off with you, Rob. What is your thoughts? What is your prediction?
I gotta say, we might actually lose this one. 3-1. What? What?
So, director, what is your thoughts?
3-2 us.
And blind ref.
4-3 Prowlers with a bunch of blind referee penalties.
I mean, you're not wrong. And then we're going to start with our new guy that's tonight.
We
What
can
is your
fix this
prediction
that way.
for Friday night?
Friday night, what are they going against?
Black Bears.
Black Bears? Oh, after watching that little stuff with
Watertown.
Wartown, I would have to give it, I'm probably going to be the odd man out, but I have to give about 4-3 Bears.
You going with him on this one?
But he said 3-1. He
Yeah.
didn't call it a close game.
Well, no, the Prowlers are probably going to do what they did with Danbury the first night on Friday. It's going to be a close game, but I got to give it to the Bears because the Bears
I could
are
be
pretty
wrong.
sweet against. And, I mean, look at them in the standings. They're up there on top. Will they stay there? No. I feel the Prowlers are going to take the first spot at the end of the season, but
Just getting started off though to feel the water.
right.
And that's my thing though too, is that I don't think we'll have a solution for them just yet. And I think I'm with Rob too, Kelly. I'm also with Sean over here. I think it's gonna be a 4-3 overtime win for Binghamton. And I know I just swore right there, but it's gonna be at least it's gonna be a close one.
Kick the feet. There's the goal.
So going into the Saturday night's game, at 7 p.m. on the 20th, and we'll be just finishing up Comic-Con at this point. So
What kind?
7 p.m. start time for the game.
So we'll miss probably the first period
Yeah,
because tear down and
yeah. And hopefully not that much, but so Comic-Con does close at 6. So going into Saturday's game, what are your thoughts, Rob?
That's what I'll say. We're gonna win. 4-2 Prowlers.
And then, since our director's not available, Sean.
Well, it's gonna be like it was in over in Danbury at the beginning of the season. It's gonna be Bears again. Probably about 5-2 regulation loss.
Okay. And blind ref.
I still say Prowlers close game. 3-2. And I hate the word, but yeah, I'm gonna say overtime.
I'm gonna go for a big scoring night then on Saturday night. I'll just give the fans a little bit more of excitement. I'm gonna go for a 8-6 win for the Prowlers.
And can I make that a even worse bad word? Shootout.
End of the broadcast now.
Hey, are we gonna
yeah.
put the camera in the new person?
No.
No, it's I'll have them on during and around the minors.
I'm in a tight spot here.
Yeah, we didn't exactly plan it out, so we.
Hey, director, real quick. Justin, director, real quick. Your prediction. Put him on hold for a second.
I can't. Not with this phone call, I can't.
Okay.
But with that being said, then.
2-3 Prowlers.
With that being said, though, remember to check us out around the minors tomorrow, and we will be going over a little bit more of the Watertown versus Binghamton rivalry tomorrow.
In the Columbus and Carolina shootout overtime.
Yes, and we will also
Hang on, I gotta go.
we will also be we might have a special guest on tomorrow, but we'll announce that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's with that being said, go to mainstreetbluewater.com and make sure to check us out there. With that being said, have a good night.